going on, guys? It's Sam, or xJawz, and today I'm bringing you guys a competitive match, not from my own point of view, but actually from the point of view of one of my teammates and good friends, FeaR Moho, and today I want to introduce you guys to not only to the two people in this call, but also the Team FeaR itself, and I guess with that said, why don't you guys take it away?
Going on, guys? My name's Apuck. Been a part of FeaR for around 2 years now. About it from me. Here you go, Mo.
What's going on, guys? I am FeaR Moho. I've been a part of FeaR for going on 5 years now. I took over the competitive division back in 08. As you guys might have known, we are the 2008 Call of Duty Las Vegas national champions. Ever since then, we've just been a rising professional team. Keep a lookout for us on the GB ladders, MLG ladders, and on the 2011 circuit. So as far as FeaR goes, though, let me introduce FeaR. FeaR's been around for quite some time. Been around since 2000. The leader of FeaR back then was Renegade Bridal Junkie. Renegade did start FeaR. As far as their success, they basically, before I joined them, were a team that was always on top of the ladders, always undefeated on every single ladder that they played. And if they weren't undefeated, they always had at least one or two lost at the minimum. And
enemy flag acquired.
Other than that, when Call of Duty came out, I guess a lot of those guys kind of got older and started going to school. Some joined the military. Once they, moved on, I basically took over back in 08. And we've just been, like I said, a rising team.
Enemy flag returned.
So a lot of people now in my community, the YouTube community, the commentators who do what I do, have been getting more involved in competitive gaming and playing with professional, or not necessarily professional teams, but playing professionally by playing on game battles, not necessarily for money, but the game battles, ladders and whatnot. And what I wanted to make this video about was pretty much just to let people know that, as of now, I'm joining Team FeaR, and there's one thing I want to say on that note in a minute here, but not only that, but that you guys aren't just a competitive team, you guys aren't just friends of mine or good competitive players, you guys are one of the competitive teams, if that makes sense to the viewers out there. You guys have been, like you said, the 2008 Call of Duty 4 national championships at Las Vegas, so you guys seriously have a lot of experience and professional experience under your belt. So the thing I want to mention before we go any further into this commentary is that I am not joining FeaR as one of their competitive 4 guys, because FeaR is an organization, correct me if I'm wrong, but with not 4 players, but with a lot of people in it. There's a lot of people who are on your roster who aren't necessarily your main 4 guys, your 4 guys who are going to be playing tournaments, right? And I'm not joining as one of the guys who's going to be playing in those tournaments, just as another player to join their competitive team. So I guess with that said, I want to let you guys know that this is something that you guys will probably be seeing a lot. Competitive gaming is something that I want to get back into because I played in PCL for Call of Duty 4, but haven't really gotten a chance to do it that much. But now that Black Ops has rolled around, I've dropped our flag and whatnot, I am ready to get back into this. So on that note, you guys want to talk a little bit about this gameplay that we're seeing in the background from Moho's point of view?
Yeah, this is a when we first talked to Jaws, we added him to our roster. Like he says, we're not just a competitive team with only 4 members. FeaR has always been, that I forgot to mention, we are a multi-gaming team. We play not only for Call of Duty, but we play for other games as well, other games that are competitive and that have tournaments in them. So with that being said, we do recruit, off of, not just our 4, but we do recruit other players as well and play with them as well. We like to give other people opportunities and stuff, not with just in competitive gaming, but within everything else. So yeah, this gameplay here is against a pretty decent team. This team has given FeaR's even starting. By the way, this isn't even our starting roster. This is me, Jaws, Apuck, and I think Maniac. Yeah. So I mean, we have one person that's not even on our team at this time playing these guys, and this is our first time playing together. By the way, and I honestly think we did. I think we did amazing. They did end up beating us. I think what is it, Apuck 3-0 on the first side, CTF? Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a lead of 3-0 the first side. Which on this map, by the way, it is one-sided. The side we started on at the beginning is the weaker side of this map when you're playing against other competitive gamers, because the spawns on this side, they're completely random for the opposite team, while on the other side, you know where they're going to spawn. So bear that in mind when, you see the second half.
Yeah, so keep in mind, guys, when you're watching this footage, you're watching a team that actually plays together constantly, as opposed to us just, this is our first match with xJawz, this is my first match with APOC, and this is our very first time ever playing with Maniac.
But it's not over yet. Get ready for the next one.
Just to see how well the teamwork and chemistry, combines into this footage is just, it really is, it describes competitive gaming, and this is why a lot of people nowadays are getting into competitive gaming, as you can watch this
Capture
footage.
the flag.
Yeah, so the interesting thing about this game
Capture
is that when
the
we started out,
objective.
we were down, like you said, 0-3, and right now, in the actual video, I know you're not watching it, we're just starting the second half of the game, and we pretty much all knew that if we were going to win this game, even on the other team's host, which, by the way, was kind of bad, we were all on 3-bar, we were going to need to step it up, and that's what we did, and Moho, you played really well in the second half, and APOC knew a good spawn location trap on the left side of the map, and really, we worked together as a team to win this game using communication and just being good players together, and that
Enemy
team,
flag
this
acquired.
was one of the first games, I think the first game we had played together that night when more or less you were trying me out, and we were just kind of testing things and seeing how things went, right?
Yeah. Like APOC said, I want to touch on this for the second half because this is where the comeback really comes.
We've captured the enemy
You can notice
flag.
our chemistry and teamwork coming together. APOC, he really held down, like he said, there's you tend to get a bad spawn in the back of Villa, and he really held that side down. So when you got players like APOC who are holding down that side of the map, and you got players like me that is holding down another side of the map, and you got players like xJawz who's really focusing on mainly getting the flags and bringing them back because he knows we need to come back, that's when everything just starts puzzling together, and that's exactly what we did for the second side, as you guys can see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think there was a point where I know you're not watching your POV, but there was a point where you had the flag up in, I think it was the palace, for about a good minute, and I was just thinking to myself, how the hell did you do that? How did you hold the flag for that long?
Yeah, there wasn't even anybody near him too. We weren't even near him. He was by himself doing that. So that's the first thing I noticed about xJawz. He knows what he's doing when he has the flag, and to be honest, I tried so many people out. And APOC, you were there with me when I tried him out, and it's just unbelievable the amount of people that don't know what they're doing.
The MLG game types, for those of you guys who don't know, the way that Capture the Flag is played is you have 2 rounds, and it's just whoever can capture the most flags on each round, I guess. How do you want to say it? When you add up whoever has more flags after both rounds, whoever has more obviously wins the game, and if it's a tie, then you replay the map. You don't actually go through and do an overtime round or anything like that like you would in a public match. Also with this, it's 4 versus 4, which is a lot more competitive typically. It's going to be the way Halo and Call of Duty are both played competitively, and when you're playing, 2 professional teams against each other, that's the way most people play. You guys might know already from other people who play game battles, sometimes you'll see games against teams that aren't that great, teams that, aren't organized, and, even 3 versus 3 or 5 versus 5 games that aren't as competitive. And I just want to let you guys know that any games that, I ever post up on this channel, and any games that FeaR ever posts up on the channel are going to be not only with good players, but against good players, teams that, were actually kind of good, and they aren't going to be scores that are absolutely monstrous like you would see in one of my public matches. And I think a lot of people might look at games like this and say Moho, you had a 2 KD at the end of this game or something like that, and be xJawz can get a 10 KD, but even in this game I go negative. Now I play more of a I play an objective role in this game, but a lot of people need to understand, seeing as the competitive, arena, the competitive community isn't very exposed to the YouTube community, that games like this are extremely, extremely difficult to do well in when you're playing against good teams, Yeah,
you can basically go take yourself, and like you said earlier about the KD, you gotta understand when you're playing a 4v4, you don't have 4 other guys on your team. The more people there is to kill, which ultimately leads to more kills. This one here, if you drop 30 kills in a custom match versus a good team, or even a match, let alone, that's really good. If you're dropping those numbers, because there's only 4 people on the map, that means you're putting in work. And if you're putting in that work, then the other teammates, like you said, objective players, support players, they're putting in work also, not only with the kills and stuff, and mainly for the stats, but they're grabbing flag and they're bringing it back and they're causing you to win.
Flag captured.
So there is roles to play. And what JAWZ is trying to say is he's playing a really good objective role. I'm playing a good support role. And APOC, man, in this video, he just tore it up. You know, he held down that whole entire left side, and it just didn't work. You know.
Yeah, so this video is coming down to an end right here, but I just want to say that I'm looking forward to and cannot wait to start getting back into competitive gaming and doing these videos with you guys and, you know, helping other players out there who might want to get into competitive gaming become better players. Because, to be quite honest, I think one of the things that made me a good public match player and a good player as far as YouTube is concerned is my experience in competitive gaming, and that's what I would recommend most people get into if they're looking to become good players with better gun skill. So anyway, guys, final score of this game for FeaR Moho was 21-14, and in this game we actually made a really nice comeback, shutting them out in the last round 4 flags to 0 flags. So the final score would be 4 to 3 flags. Anything else you guys want to say?
Capture the objective.
Just keep a lookout for the up-and-coming videos we're going to be getting on a schedule. Check out either Team FeaR Pro channel or JAWZ's channel. Either one, we're going to be putting up videos for you guys to see from the competitive community.
Alright, so if you want to subscribe to them, there'll be a link in the description of this video. You can also check out them on Twitter, and that's pretty much it. And they also have a team website, which I will put in the link in the description of this video. And that's pretty much it, guys. I will see you later. Bye. Alright, went good.
Yeah, I gotta ask, who the hell was knocking and shit? That almost.
Oh, I don't know. My brother.
That was so funny, man.
Yeah. I just had to ignore it. I gotta go I'll go check what that is, but this video will go up either tomorrow or Monday. So,
okay.
Looks like that. Can you just put in the Skype links to your Twitters and any other links you like in there? Do you guys each have personal channels for YouTube?
Yeah. Well, no, we do, but we don't really advertise them. We just basically use the Team FeaR Pro one.
Alright, that's cool.
We use separate Twitters, so I'll give you all that.
Yep, give me all that, and I'll put it in the link, and I'll sort out this video. Alright, see you later.
Alright, man. Thanks.